Hi, everybody. Welcome to the stats update for Victoria for the month of November 2019. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let's take a look and see. The numbers have just been released. Let's take a look and see what happened. So overall, our average sale price, 716,000. We listed 750 units. We sold 577, and days to sell was 54. When we look at some of the highlights from the report, which you can find if you go to homevictoria.com. So homevictoria.com, click on market update. That's going to take you out to the full report that the real estate board has put together. But essentially, here's what they've told us. That in this November, we have sold 15.9% more than what we sold last year in this month. But we've decreased by about 6.8% from October, which is more of a seasonal thing. Our condo sales were up almost 6% from last year, and single family homes increased about 15% from last year. So we're seeing an increase in sales. We've got low inventory and strong demand for low to mid-priced properties, which is pushing the price up for condos and single family homes that fall within that segment. And often buyers are finding themselves in competing offer situations. I've been in a couple of those again this month. We've got almost 2,400 active listings at the end of the month, which is about almost a 9% decrease compared to where we were in October, but a 2.3% increase from where we were last year at this time. Appropriate pricing and awareness of market trends are essential right now if you want to buy or sell a home in our area. That's why it's important to have a realtor guide you through the process. The single family dwellings for November 2018, our benchmark pricing was $865. And for that same home in November of 2019, it's decreased by a percentage to $855, and it's slightly less than where we were in October. We were a little higher at $857. For condos, what we found last year was we were about $500,000 for November 2018, whereas this November we're up 3% up to $517, and we're slightly higher than where we were in October. So again, it's that affordability, right? Here's the overall trend we've got for the condos in yellow, townhomes in blue, and the red is a single family dwelling. So here we are. You can see we're kind of flattening out this last trajectory. This is going back here. This is January 2018, January 2019. So we've been flat for, almost a year. I would call it flat. It's not really flat, but leveling out for about a year now, almost. Our sales to active listing ratio, we're at 30%. Not much change from these past months here. So again, it's still technically a seller's market, but it's not an extreme seller's market like it would be up in here. So there isn't that much pressure on pricing at this point. In terms of units listed, we kind of talked about that, but here we are for trends for the last 5-year cycle. We're sitting kind of in the mix, not much really new or exciting there. Units sold, again, we're kind of in the mix. We're above from where we were last year, though, because the green is 2018. And we had more units sell, for instance, in 2017 in this particular month. And when we look at active listings at month end, our inventory picture, here we are in the blue. So we are lower than where we would have been in 2015, but we're above all the other years. So inventory is building essentially. Average price, sale price per unit has gone up this month. So we're higher than we've been on an average price per unit basis every month or every year in this month at this point. We had this anomaly here, but it's still kind of the highest in the horizon other than that point there. And average days to sell, so how fast are things selling? We're here in the blue. So we are selling slower than the previous years. These ones were selling faster, but 15 was still a little slower. So we're kind of creeping up, but look at that. It quickened up from last month ever so slightly. And then for months of inventory for single family dwelling, this is the ratio of the active listings to the sales. And here we are as, where we were in 2015. We had more months of inventory last year. So in 2018 here, we had more inventory than we do now, but we had less in previous years. So it's not it's not, an extreme situation like it was. I'd call this a bit more extreme down here. And then when we look at the condo months of inventory, here's what we're finding. We're basically, increasing on the condos, but we had less inventory all these years, and we're back to where we were in 2015. And so it's somewhat recovered. As far as townhomes, though, look at this, quite a bit different. We had more months of inventory last year even, as well as 2015. And the only years that we didn't have as much inventory as we do now is 17 and 16. So this is because of affordability, and it's difficult to get in sometimes at these price points. Wish we had a bit more townhome inventory, make things a little easier for people. Now, when we look at Oak Bay, South Oak Bay numbers, interesting month here. Basically, sale to, months of inventory is pretty much on par from where it was last month. Our sale ratio as well. Average list price 2.121, but look at this, average sale price 2.2. It's because we had a $9 million sale in there that pulled the averages way up. Our average assessed value has almost been unchanged since last month. Same with average days on market. The average sale price to list price, 95% this month compared to last. The average list price to the assessment, 142. So people are asking on average 142% of the assessed value when they're going to market their homes, but they're selling, average selling price compared to assessed value is just 97%, and that's comparable to last month when it was at 94. Our average list price per square foot at 716, and our average sale price, however, at 556. So down a little from last month, but the list prices were similar, but the actual sale price per square foot has come down a bit. Now for Fairfield, here's what happened. We went from 5 months of inventory to 2. Our sale ratio 13 to 26 as a result of this, essentially. Our average list price pretty much on par from last month. No real change much there. Average sale price, again, 1.212-ish. The average assessed, again, 1.3 to 1.2. Average days on market, pretty comparable. Average sale price at 96%. And average list price to assessed has gone up to 119, and the average sale price to assessed has also gone up to 111. Our average list price per square foot is at 613, and the sale price at 574. Now, when we look at the history over time, I've shown this chart before, but this kind of shows the trends. If you want to copy this, email me. You can definitely, I can send you a copy, but basically, here's what we've seen over the years. This goes back to 1967. Look at that. And so we generally see, times of increases and times of flats, and it looks like, this was our increase and now maybe our flat again. So there you are. Exciting. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to reach out. You can also subscribe to the newsletter. If you go to homevictoria.com, scroll to the bottom of the home page, you can see there's an e-newsletter sign up. And there's some news on here. There's also, for instance, a mortgage calculator. So if you're wondering, what can you afford, etc., check that out. If you want to book a home evaluation, see what your home is worth, you can click here. There's some general reports on buying or selling homes. Okay, I'm going to upload the new video for this month, and you can find this video located as well on this main home page. And check out our listings, our office listings here that we've got featured. So thanks for tuning in. Hope you have a great month, and happy holidays.